This is the world's smallest medical robot, and one day it might save your life. For years, robots were used to do multiple things like assembly, packaging, cleaning, agricultural tasks, mining and drilling stuff, and even military operation. But this company wants to use robot to swim inside a human. This is a video about medical robotics, the challenges of accessing human stomach, how it's done over the years, and why those methods fall short. We are also going to see a series of prototypes the team went through before they land on the smallest one. And we are going to answer the question, how does this robot works and why do it? The human stomach typically functions seamlessly, aiding in digestion and nutrient absorption. However, when issues arise like persistent pain, nausea, unexplained weight loss, or bleeding, doctors often need to look inside to understand what's going on. In ancient times, physicians relied heavily on external symptoms and basic examination techniques, as they had no way to directly visualize the stomach's inner workings. They used a variety of techniques to examine internal body structures. Historically, these methods were indirect and limited in accuracy. For example, the ancient Greeks, Egyptians, and Romans would often rely on symptoms, external palpations, and basic anatomical knowledge gained from dissections of animals or, in rare cases, humans. The only way to view or understand internal structures was through these external clues or post-mortem examinations. By the Renaissance, autopsies became more common, and advancements in anatomy allowed for greater understanding, though these examinations still required invasive methods. Some early tools like speculums, used since the time of the ancient Greeks and Romans, provided access to a limited view of body cavities like the mouth, nose, or cervix, but not beyond. In the early 19th century, German physician Philipp Bazzini dedicated himself to developing an innovative device he named the Lichtleiter, or light conductor. This tool was designed to enable examination of various body cavities, including the ear, urethra, rectum, bladder, cervix, mouth, nasal cavity, and even wounds. The Lichtleiter became the predecessor to modern endoscopes, which are now equipped with a camera and are typically inserted through the patient's mouth to provide a clear view of the stomach and other internal organs. Today, this process, known as endoscopy, has become a cornerstone of diagnostic medicine. But the problem with endoscopy is that it's limited to areas reachable through natural openings or small incisions. For issues in deeper organs or bones, like the spine or brain, making it impractical for many other medical issues. X-rays were first discovered in 1895 by Wilhelm Conrad Röntgen, a professor at Würzburg University in Germany. While experimenting with a cathode ray tube, Röntgen noticed a strange fluorescent glow coming from nearby crystals in his lab. The cathode ray tube was a glass bulb with electrodes inside, which created a glow when high voltage was applied. When he covered the tube with heavy black paper, he was surprised to see a green light emitted from materials a few feet away. Realizing that a new type of ray was being released from the tube, Röntgen found that it could pass through the black paper and excite fluorescent materials in the room. This mysterious ray could go through most substances, casting shadows of solid objects. Notably, it could pass through human tissue, but was blocked by bones and metals. One of Röntgen's early experiments involved taking an X-ray image of his wife's hand, Bertha. Interestingly, his first X-ray images were for industrial purposes. He made a radiograph of weights in a box to demonstrate to his colleagues. Röntgen's discovery was a groundbreaking moment that excited both scientists and the general public. The simplicity of reproducing his experiments with the known cathode tube led many researchers to drop other projects to study these mysterious rays. Newspapers and magazines filled with stories, some factual, others exaggerated, about this invisible ray that could penetrate solid objects and create images of bones and organs. The scientific community was captivated by the idea of these rays having a shorter wavelength than light. opening new possibilities in physics and material science. There was a surge of interest in how X-rays could be applied in medicine and surgery. Just a month after Röntgen's announcement, doctors in Europe and the US were using X-rays to help with surgical procedures. Remarkably, by June 1896, just 6 months later, battlefield doctors were employing X-rays to locate bullets in injured soldiers. Nowadays, X-rays play a crucial role in modern medicine and are widely used for various medical imaging. Both endoscopy and X-rays have their limitations. For one, the procedures can be quite expensive, which can be a barrier for many patients seeking medical care. Endoscopy requires specialized equipment and trained personnel, leading to higher costs, while X-rays, although generally more accessible, still involve the expense of imaging facilities and sometimes the need for advanced technology like CT scans. Additionally, endoscopy is an invasive procedure that can cause discomfort and requires sedation, while X-rays expose patients to ionizing radiation, which raises concerns about long-term health effects with repeated exposure. What if there were another method that could reduce costs, is non-invasive, and offers greater comfort for patients? The PillBot is a small wireless robot that's controlled remotely and can swim freely in 3 dimensions inside a water-filled human stomach. This tiny device is equipped with a camera to provide live footage for doctors, along with control circuitry, an LED light to illuminate the dark interior, a wireless data link, and a compact battery. For movement, the PillBot uses 3 pump jet thrusters that push water in 6 directions, allowing it to navigate in all 3 spatial dimensions within the stomach's watery environment. Over the past 5 years, the team has refined the design, evolving from an initially unwieldy prototype into a device small enough to swallow comfortably. When a patient needs their stomach examined, instead of undergoing an X-ray or endoscopy, they can simply swallow the PillBot. This miniature robot is guided by the doctor using a game controller, like an Xbox controller, to navigate through the stomach, while the live footage displays clearly on a large screen. Once the exam is over, the patient can simply dispose of the PillBot in the toilet. This technology could pave the way for remote diagnostics, potentially allowing doctors to use virtual reality and machine learning to create an intuitive 3D model of the stomach. Currently in clinical trials, Endiatx expects FDA approval for the PillBot by 2025, with a commercial release in the US planned for early 2026. If you found this video interesting, help me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers by subscribing. And click here to see what really happens when you get a brain implant.